Hey, this is Kathy, the Vegan Prepper, here to bring you a video all about my latest zero waste produce shopping trip. And I felt like this was an ideal video to start because it was a smaller trip, and I'll talk a little bit about where I went, how I did it, and all that. But first of all, I'm sure you want to see the lovely veggies. So let's go ahead and get them unpacked for you. Okay, awesome. So I'd like to go ahead and just sort of show you really fast what I grabbed. I grabbed some apples, mushrooms, cabbage, broccoli, potatoes, pomegranate cucumbers, and lettuce. So like I said, this was a very small trip. Sort of just like a quick get us through the weekend kind of shopping trip for our produce. And so I went to Whole Foods. And Whole Foods is great because at least currently now they are allowing you to bring your reusable produce bags back in, and your reusable shopping bags. There's still places that are not allowing you to. The bulk section, however, is not really open yet. You can't be filling containers in the bulk section. So that's unfortunate, but at least you can go and buy a good selection of loose and beautiful organic produce with minimal packaging. Now there's gonna still be some. So like for the lettuces and the cucumbers, those end up being priced per each. So I just grab the biggest ones that I can so that I can get the most for my money. The loose potatoes, unfortunately, are more expensive than the bagged potatoes, but I go ahead and grab loose potatoes anyway. It's not that much more expensive, and choosing the russets keeps it more budget friendly. I don't know if you saw in the previous shot, the pomegranates I didn't even put in a bag to begin with. They're nice and hard, and I'm not gonna eat this part, so I just didn't even feel it necessary to bag them up. But they were too gorgeous to resist, and they're in season right now, so I went ahead and grabbed a couple of those. Now, broccoli is like, it's a difficult one for me because I'm trying really hard to get away from frozen vegetables, which end up using, you know, that plastic packaging, which is not recyclable. There is something done to the plastic that makes it unable to be recycled, even with your plastic grocery bags and other packaging. So I am beginning to try to phase out frozen vegetables. I don't know that I'm going to be perfect at that, but hopefully eventually they will figure out a way of packaging frozen vegetables, if not in a reusable container or even loose. Like, I have a dream, a vision where I'll be able to go to like a frozen bulk section and fill a bag with loose frozen vegetables. Please, 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 please let it happen. But until that happens, I'll start trying to buy vegetables loose. Now cauliflower, as far as I've seen, I have literally never seen a cauliflower without packaging anywhere other than my own yard or a farmer's market. And even at farmer's markets, it's becoming rarer and rarer to find loose produce without any packaging. Even the farmers are beginning to bag everything up, and it's so depressing because that used to not be the way it was, but I'm definitely noticing a trend towards more and more packaging at the farmer's market. But you know, I still can choose mostly package-free broccoli. They come still, oh, that popped right off. They come still with, you know, a little rubber band and a tag, even though the tag itself, I think that they say that it's recyclable. I don't know. No, this one doesn't have a recycle. But it's just so depressing. Although now I just noticed that this one does not have that tag. So maybe next time I'll have to try to find one that doesn't have the tag, but still the little band is there. So it's just a really difficult thing, y'all. So if you start this journey and you get frustrated at not being able to find stuff without packaging, and I mean, like, look, the cukes, they still have the stickers, which you kind of understand because they need to differentiate between organic and conventional. But maybe, you know, I have a dream that one day all produce will just be organic. Like, there will have to be a special sticker on the stuff that wasn't organic, because organic will become the new normal, right? That would be amazing. And hopefully one day it will happen and it will end up being cheaper. But yeah, so package-free broccoli, package-free cauliflower, holy grail. I'm still waiting for that. A nice red cabbage, which I love chopping up into salads and stir fries, and then obviously making sauerkraut out of it. I'm like, speaking of making sauerkraut, here we go, right here. There's the sauerkraut right now, with some organic loose purple cabbage that I had gotten at another store. But this is just so great for adding like a rainbow appearance to your food, and it makes it so much nicer to eat. And also obviously apples, which I love, but yeah, every single apple has a stinking sticker on it. So it's like, if you want apples without stickers, you have to get an apple or apples in a giant plastic bag. So it's like, okay, fine, I will go with the stickers. But the best thing I think to find at Whole Foods, the best two things with zero packaging whatsoever, are mushrooms and soap. So mushrooms, these are organic cremini mushrooms that are just out. So you can just grab them and toss them into your bag. And then I have to just tell the cashier, look, they're organic cremini mushrooms, so that she can ring them up. And then make sure that they ring up the right one, because there's also shiitakes out there and those are like $14 a pound. So you don't want to make that mistake. But these are great, just, you know, all around mushroom. The soap though, this is the Good brand soap, which I really love. You can get them 3 for $6. So as far as a loose natural soap goes, that's an extremely good price. And then this is basically in our household what we use now instead of any kind of bottled soap, and then also what we use in the shower as body wash, you know, whatnot. So that ends up replacing so many packaged goods for us, and that's a fantastic thing. And then as far as just a little more detail on the items, you would be surprised how satisfying romaine leaf like wraps are. If you want to have something like a taco, put it in a romaine leaf without having to get tortillas in packaging, even though I know that that's kind of crazy, right? That is like straight up crazy talk. So if you can make some tortillas, that's awesome. But if not, then go ahead and have some tortillas. I'm not saying you can't ever have tortillas, but one of the things that's also really difficult to replace in your family as zero waste people is your snacks. And how on earth do you get through the day without your snacks? And so that is actually really mainly where the cucumbers come in, because we as a family love to slice these up and have them with hummus or, you know, whatever, like a refried bean dip or something else. And then this becomes almost like chips and dip for us without having to buy chips in packaging. And then also the potatoes themselves are fantastic as a base for meals, of course, but also to chop up and do some oven baked fries, which are fantastic, which we have with homemade ketchup as a perfectly zero waste snack, or, you know, with packaged ketchup, because let's get real, I still buy packaged ketchup sometimes. But I think overall that was the zero waste produce haul. And then just like a few tips, I guess. Like I said, Whole Foods is a great place for loose produce. Sprouts is as well. Winco has some good options. Winco is still a place that you can go and actually get stuff out of the bulk bins, but be careful because they don't have a way of tearing your jars or your containers. So take very light containers. Don't walk in there and get stuff in jars and expect them to be able to take that weight off of your jar, because they can't. And also, what was like the last thing? Oh yeah, also right now, stock is sketchy at Winco, so they might not have what you want. But that was basically an overview of some produce. And hopefully in another video, I'll be able to cover things like your grains and your beans and other bulk purchases, and other household type purchases to sort of start rounding out a more zero waste lifestyle. If you have not already gotten into this, it's really not as hard as it seems it will be. It's just about remembering to take your bags and making sure that all of your little bad habits and vices get covered. That's another thing that I could talk about, preparation for zero waste shopping. Some of it is not just about the bags. But anyway, that'll be it for now. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share with your friends, and also let me know down in the comments below if there is any specific zero waste tip or trick or scenario you're wondering about, like how to accomplish something. And I might not know the answer, but if I do, I'll definitely get back to you and let you know. So as always, I hope the rest of your day is good and your life stays wonderful. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.